Hi, 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 hi. How's it going, everyone? Okay, so I lost my voice yelling earlier, and hopefully I will get it back. But if I don't, that's totally okay. Guys, welcome back and happy Friday. We have so much to discuss, so much to talk about. We have Tom Schwartz, Carl Radke, Lindsay Hubbard, and a few other things. So before we jump in, you know how this works. If you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And let's jump right in.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
All right, guys. So, like I said, we have Tom Schwartz and also Carl Radke and Lindsay Hubbard to kind of break down and discuss. And that's exactly what we plan on doing. But one, I hope that everyone is having an amazing Friday and get ready because we're going to have a bomb ass weekend. Jason and I, and also my mom and my aunt, are leaving this Saturday and we're going to Charleston. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But I don't know. I don't know where the fuck we're going, to be honest with you. All I know is it's going to be a good time. With that, let's get back to. Okay, so here we go. Tom Schwartz nearly left Vanderpump Rules on the heels of the Tom Sandoval and Rachel Raquel affair, which we all knew about. Yeah, that wasn't a big surprise to us. But during a new interview, Tom Schwartz opened up about the identity crisis and brain damage that he sustained while coping with the fallout from Scandal, while also explaining why, well, that makes sense, while filming at Schwartz and Sandy's, why it was banned, but opening up about his dad's health crisis and his brother's addiction struggles, and refusing to speak of Sandoval's recent comparison to George Floyd. People usually use the word traumatizing so loosely, but it was kind of traumatizing and daunting, is what he said of Scandal during a February 20th interview with Rolling Stone. I don't want to be singing a sad song too much, but at some point, I really was adversely affected by that whole thing. And I kind of went into hiding. I didn't turn into a full blown recluse, but I was a bit of a hermit and a basket case. And not just because of the incident and having my reputation severely tarnished, but also because of somebody else's actions. But other stuff was going on with my family, and I was still coming out of the divorce. And I was just fucking sad, to be honest, having almost lost loved ones. I got to be honest, I kind of lost myself, the past year or two. I did. I had a bit of an identity crisis, and I think I cowered under the unrelenting hate. I'm chill to a fault, but I had never been under this much scrutiny, and it was scary. I think it broke me. Now, after noting that he's since come back from the identity crisis, Tom Short said that he questioned whether he should return to reality television. I remember one moment in particular when I just felt like I was drowning in negativity. I felt like Schwartz and Sandys had been severely compromised and the future of the bar was questionable at best. But I had sunk so much money in there and I felt so bleak and despondent that there might have been a few hopeless moments, even though it might have just been a performative thing where I was like, I think I'm good. I think I'm ready to step away and pursue something new. I can't deal with this anymore. But I would wake up the next day and be like, wait, I love this. I love my Bravo family. Yeah. Now, although Tom Schwartz ultimately returned for season 11, he did not allow cameras into his in Sandoval's restaurant. We actually did not film there this season for a variety of reasons. At one point, we were terrified about the future of the business, and it just became a complete spectacle. It felt like the right decision to suspend filming there because we were on the ropes and we were already having an existential crisis. Also, amid season 11, Schwartz found himself having to discuss his family. When you're doing the show, although when you're in the trenches, it can be horrific ultimately after each season. It feels like it's a little cathartic. And this is kind of therapy. So, filming the show was an opportunity for me to use my friends as surrogate therapists and open up to them in a way that I don't usually. Not that I'm not emotionally available, I am, but I just don't like to burden people with my problems. And in addition to his father nearby dying, or nearly dying, Tom Schwartz's brother had become dependent on alcohol after using it to cope with his PTSD. It's a nasty disease. My brother was all but dead. They stamped his medical records with hospice, but now he has his glow back and he's got his spirit back. And as for his own drinking habits, which Schwartz reevaluated during his brother's struggles, said that he made the comment about being sober curious in a positive way. When I'm sober, I go hard in the paint. I love waking up early, working out, having green tea and matcha, detoxing, eating healthy, and intermittent fasting. I like all of that stuff, but I also like falling apart, and I think it's good to fall apart once in a while, you know? Ultimately, moderation is key. But following a joint appearance with Sandoval on Nick Vile's podcast, Sandoval faced backlash over calling Ariana petty for not allowing him to buy her out of the home and imploring her to move on. Plus, his late arrival, which he's since credited to a long night of grief over the death of his childhood friend Ali, as Schwartz was met with a pretty nice response. I held Sandoval accountable, but I was supportive. I didn't realize it until afterward, but he was up all night and he was on a bit of a bender. And, you know, you never know when grief is going to strike, but for whatever reason, it just hit him that night. And he was such in a manic whirlwind for so long. And I don't know if he ever had a proper moment to really mourn the loss of his childhood best friend, Ali. And it's not excusing him from showing up late and half buzzed, half baked, or whatever it was. But in hindsight, I kind of feel bad. Now, although Tom Schwartz later accused Sandoval of fucking embarrassing him, he softened after learning the reason behind his behavior, saying grieving someone, a loved one that you've lost, and maybe hitting the bottle is something that I'm sure we've done all at some point because Tom Schwartz and Sandoval have been, you know, this duo for a long time, and Schwartz has gotten used to answering for his friend. But I just have to remind people I'm not Tom Sandoval's sidekick. I'm not just Katie's ex-husband. I'm Tom Schwartz. One thing that really sucked was having to constantly answer and report for somebody else's life, someone else's affair. That was just not mine. It was hard and it caused me to have some sort of brain damage, honestly, which is wild that he even said that. I didn't want to make it a point to be out there defending, campaigning, or advocating for Team Sandoval, but I just wanted to remind people that he's not a monster and not to retroactively tear apart this man's entire life and everything he's ever done. I mean, the guy was on suicide watch at one point, and it was way overboard. Now, teasing what's to come for the remainder of season 11, Tom Short spoke of the coast's borderline spiritual trip to Lake Tahoe and said, I think it was a success. I think people just stopped not being upset with Tom, but stopped vilifying him and dehumanizing him. And he's not a worm with the mustache. But looking ahead of the potential 12th season of Vanderpump Rules, Short said that he definitely sees the cast coming together to film. And I still see there's so much more in this group. Scandal kind of tore apart the group dynamic, but I like to think that we're slowly rebuilding. And if the show continues on, we will be filming at Schwartz and Sandy's for sure. And I'm really excited for something about her to open and Tom still thriving. I mean, there is a lot going on. Guys, I don't want to put this out there and not ask your opinions. Pop off in the comment section. Let us know what you think. More importantly, let us know how you feel. Smash that like button, show some love, and happy King Friday, everybody. Yeah. Oh, we're about to get on another adventure in another car and on another trip. Here we go. I've been up for an hour and a half and I've only had 3 shots of espresso. Love you guys.